right. Well, let's get started. Um, Nobody here yet, but that's all right. I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna upload this to my YouTube anyway for everybody who wants to watch it back. Um, it's live cooking episode 21, guys. 21. Wow, that's we're on a roll lately. Um, Today again something sweet, but something special. 'Cause today I'm gonna make some homemade scones, typical British high tea delight. And they usually eat that with clotted cream and jam. So that's what I'm doing too. I'm gonna make my own jam, gonna make my own clotted cream, and of course gonna make my own scones. In case you're wondering what's that on the kitchen table, this is some of my homemade lemonade. I'll drink that during the stream. Have a nice drink on the side. It's basically some sugar water with lemon and orange, and fill it up with more water. Have like a nice jar for that too, where I can tap the lemonade over here. If you're gonna make the scones, you need a couple of things besides the ingredients that are showing now in the screen. You need some baking paper. You need a rolling pin because you need to roll out the dough. And I'm also gonna use to cut out the dough a cutting form. This one is 7 centimeters. Of course, you can use different shapes, whatever you like. Whatever you like. I'm gonna make them this size. For the scones, you need self-rising flour. Uh, you need some baking powder. You need butter. You need buttermilk. Some icing sugar. Still haven't grabbed that, by the way. Icing sugar. And a pinch of salt. Now for the jam, it's it's quite easy, but it's a process to make, guys. It actually expands 2 days, because I'll talk about that later, why that is. And for the clotted cream, I think most people, if they make it themselves, they just use the creme fraiche and the mascarpone. I'm also gonna add a little bit of honey to it. Now, back to the ingredients for the jam. If you want to make your own jam, then depending on, well, not depending, if you want to make the jam and you choose your fruit, I chose the peaches. I did want to do the strawberry jam, but unfortunately they were sold out. Like right now, you got like the Dutch strawberries, which in my opinion are the most delicious strawberries you can get all around the world. Um, but yeah, they were sold out. It was on sale, so it was quite cheap. So I think that's why the people massively bought the strawberries. I went back to the store again today, and there were strawberries, but yeah, I couldn't get them in order to make the jam tonight from the strawberries because the day before you or the night before you start making the jam, what you do is cut up the fruit you're using. And once again, I chose the peaches. And you put it in a bowl. And then you add the sugar. And then you leave it, then you put the paper over it. And then you let it rest for the night for nearly a whole day. out of the fridge. So don't put it in the fridge, leave it out of the fridge. And you'll see the next day the sugar gets liquid. It's like a reaction. So I got the peaches right here with the sugar. Now I've used 1 kilograms of peaches and 600 grams of sugar. And the next day, as you can see, it becomes liquid. Now, I'm gonna start preparing the jam first. And after that, we're gonna make the dough for the scones. So, put it in a pan. Now, important, use a pan with a more thicker bottom. So, if you use like a regular cooking pan with a thin bottom, then the sugar might start to burn. I'm also gonna add a little bit of orange blossom water. It's like a citrus, it's kind of flowery too. Just a little, about 2 teaspoons. And also, I need a cutting board. The juice of 1 lemon. Squeeze it out. Oh, slippery. So that's 1/2. Oh, it's a little bit too dark now. Turn back the light on. There you go. Now, I'm gonna put this on the fire, and you put it on low fire. You don't want to boil it too hard, otherwise you will burn the sugar, even though you're using a pan with a thick layer. So, in here, we got the peaches, we got the lemon juice, we got the orange blossom water, and the sugar. I'm gonna put it on the fire. Low fire once again. Alright, up next, I'm gonna make the dough for the scones. So right here, I got 400 grams of self-rising flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I'm gonna add a pinch of salt to that. Just a pinch. There you go. Sup Chief, appreciate that host, let's go. Chief 10 Cool coming in with the host. Beauty and the brains. I also need some butter. 125 grams, guys. So that's exactly the half of this piece. And to make it more easy, I'm gonna cut them in little cubes. Just leave it out of the fridge an hour before you start making it, so the butter gets at room temperature. Makes it a lot easier to mix to your flour. Butter. And I'm also gonna add icing sugar. And I need 50 grams of that. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit up, guys. Motion sickness. There you go. So 50 grams of icing sugar. Now, let's start mixing it up. Just use your bare hands. Make it them a little bit wet. Just a little. So you got more you got more of a fix on the dough. And just start mixing it around. Gonna add a little bit more butter, guys. Gonna add 100 more. So right now the self-rising flour and the butter are starting to get together. I'm actually gonna grab myself a bigger bowl because this one is a little bit too small. So I'm starting to have one big ball now. That's what you want. I didn't get that at first, that's why I added a little bit more butter to it than I said in the beginning. Make sure all the butter has uh, equalized throughout the flour. Alright. Quickly gonna clean my hands, guys. Now next up, I'm gonna add the buttermilk. And I need 250 milliliters of buttermilk. Maybe a little bit more, but we're gonna start off with 250. Let's get these jars out of the way, make some room for myself. Pour myself a glass of homemade lemonade too. I'm gonna leave the flour on my sink. Oh, not my sink, my working space, because later we're gonna roll out the dough, and we need that flour on the surface anyway. So I'm not gonna clean that. Lovely. So let's have a quick look at the jam in the making. So I'm gonna move the camera, guys. Heads up, motion sickness coming up. Look away if you can't deal with that. There you go. Alright, we're gonna let that boil for a bit. Once again, low fire. Don't put it too high. I'm gonna have to grab something real quick, so I'll be right back. What's up, wolves? And yes, that's correct. Sorry, guys, I was doing something real quick. Yes, wolves, like in just under 2 hours from now. How are you, Garrett? Welcome back, wolves. Thanks for tuning in, wolves. I felt lonely. I felt lonely today with the cooking. So I'm glad you're here, buddy. Alright, we're gonna get back to the scones dough. So I'm gonna move the camera again. Look away, guys, if you suffer from motion sickness. So, back to the dough. I'm gonna add the buttermilk. 250 milliliters. And start mixing it up again. Mm. I don't know. It's so satisfying in a weird way to get your hands in this. Mm. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. Need to make my hands a little bit wet because it sticks to my fingers really bad. Just a little bit wet. Then it sticks a little bit less to your hand. Now, if it still feels too dry when you do this, the dough, just add a little bit more buttermilk. If it feels a little bit too wet, then add a little bit more flour again. Like on my end, it now still feels too wet, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of the self-rising flour. A little bit more. And just continue this process until you have one giant ball of dough. Gonna make my hands wet again, guys. I think we're there. Last bit of baking flour, because it still felt a little bit too wet from all the buttermilk. There you go. So, the dough is alright now. So I'm gonna clean my hands, because they're all smushy because of this mixing. So now comes the fun part, guys. I'm gonna roll out the dough. So I'm gonna take away the ingredients list. toss a little bit of the flour on your working space. And I'm also gonna add a little bit on the top for your first strokes with the rolling pin. So a lot of people think making dough is hard, but it's really not, guys. Anybody can do it. You just gotta know how to do it. Let's give a shouty real quick to my man Mokum by Wolves. After this, I'm gonna clean up my kitchen, and then me and Wolves are gonna do a co-stream together. And I'm rolling it out until it's about 1 centimeter thick, the dough. Oh. There you go. In the meantime, my jam is starting to get thicker because I'm heating up the sugar along with the fruits. So the sugar is starting to reduce and then it starts to get thicker. I'm also kind of squashing the fruit. Of course you can blend it or whatever, so you got one smooth mass. But I like the chunks in it, so I'm not gonna like do that. I'm gonna keep the chunks in there. Alright. Now I need some baking paper. And an oven plate. And I'm gonna have let this dough rest for a bit. It's not one of those doughs that you have to put in the fridge first or anything. Like if you make apple pie dough, it's best if you leave that in the fridge overnight and then finish it the next day. Now get this jam on the other side. Jam. I'm gonna move the camera again a bit, guys. There you go. Maybe a little bit backwards. Yes, perfect. So I'm letting this rest for a bit. By the way, I forgot to mention in the beginning that you have to preheat your oven at 220 degrees Celsius, which is about 440 Fahrenheit, roughly. So this is kind of a recipe for the scones where you bake on a high temperature. So now we have to wait a little bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna check if my oven is warm enough. Is there anybody alive in chat, or is it just me making some foodies? I know Enrage was here, but he went to lurk. Wolves was here, but don't know if he still is. Right. I guess it's just me. Then I'll just continue. So, you can just use a knife if you don't have a cutting form. I got multiple cutting forms. I got like a really small one. I got a really big one. But I'm gonna use the middle side for this. And this is 7 centimeters. The one I'm using. Take a sip of my drink. Oh, it's so good. Homemade lemonade. I just basically stopped buying sodas and just buy some fruit, make some sugar water, and make your own lemonade. So I'm gonna cut out the rounds. Do it as close to the side as possible. And as close next to each other as possible. So I think with the amount of ingredients I used, I should have about 12 scones. It's gonna be more. Oh, that isn't a punishment at all. Now, as you can see, I got a lot of dough left. So what you basically do, just put it back together. Yes, me and Wolves are co-streaming tonight, Rybom. Once I finish this cooking stream, I'll be cleaning up, and then me and Wolves are going to co-stream. And I know, Rybom, you have seen me play with the sniper and the bayonet and the throwing knives. Very aggressive sniper gameplay. Now, Wolves is also like this. So you got two amazing Battlefield players in one stream. Me and Wolves, we kind of started doing that like a couple of weeks ago. Like once a week, we'll do the co-stream. Not just to provide with like double the cool gameplay, but also, to help each other out a bit. You've seen them in the frag zone. Nice, yes. That's kind of how me and Wolves met throughout the throughout the frag zone. His clips are awesome. How are you, Rybom? Good morning, I think. We're making scones, Rybom. Oh, hold on. A little bit more flour on top so I can roll it more easily. So I made a little bit too much dough so it doesn't fit my oven plate, which is already full. I got it right here. So this is the first set of scones I made. I got Battlefield 3 running on PC at ultra setting. It was a dead festival. Too hard for controller. Well, in my opinion, Rybom, all the all the battlefields are dead festivals. So I got this last piece of dough, which I can't put in the oven because my plate is full. So I'm just gonna put that on a separate plate and just gonna bake them after stream. The more the merrier. What's on the menu today, Rybom? What do you got in store today? Or are you just doing the Battlefield 3 today? By the way, excellent Battlefield game, that one. You're a beast at editing, Rybom. You're a beast at anything. Let's see if we can squeeze one more scone out of this last bit of dough. Maybe two. No, just one. I'm happy you're here, Rybom. I've been talking to myself all stream so far. Oh, look at that. We actually did get two out of it. So this is too small. have another scone out of that. So we got, let's see, 12, 15, plus 7, 22 scones in the making. Might try it again, trying to get Battlefield to run, but there's another error when launching. What kind of error did you get, Rybon? What's the error you got? What did it say? Or was it like a code? Damn, I'm all out of self-rising flour now. I used up all my flour for this one. It's almost like they don't want you to play their games. Well, I know Battlefield 1 doesn't have any problems. Well, maybe lack of players, but that's not something Battlefield can do, can do about. I'm gonna clean up my kitchen plate over here. Or how do you call it? I have been trying to look for the word for this. My kitchen table. Is it a kitchen table or I don't know how to call it. It's missing items somewhere. Have you checked the Microsoft Store, Rybon? Maybe there's something in the store you're missing. Because I know sometimes with games they... Like, for example, I play City Skylines. If I launch the game and there's an update, it doesn't give you that automatically. And then you have to go to the store yourself. Like, when you launch a game, it tells you, oh, there's an update available automatically. But with some games, it doesn't work like that. No, they haven't fixed their light stream, Rybon. Like my Ethernet cable was really, really broken and shitty. And even though that also affected the quality of the stream, after like putting in my new cable, it still had the problems at the beginning of this stream. But right now it's stable again. So it was like a combination of stuff, but Lightstream still hasn't been fixed. Oh, it's all on PC, okay. And my guess, Rybon, about that issue, like last week, I had those problems every day, but not when I did the cooking stream. Because I'm not running a game, when I'm doing the cooking stream. I stopped doing that. So I don't know what the dealio is. They just stopped replying now because I kind of became a little bit mad. They just literally stopped replying. Thank you for the host, Rybon. Let's see your beautiful logo. Rybon. So, I got the first set of scones over here. That one is stuck. Now one more thing I'm going to do before I put them in the oven. Take a little bit more of the buttermilk, which I also use to make the dough. And just drape the top of the scones with it. I'm happy you're here, Rybon. But it's a shame that there's nobody else, because I absolutely nailed making this dough on stream. I made the own dough, I rolled it out, you know. It's like, ah, all this hard work. But I'm happy you're here now, Rybom. I sure am. I did the single player for Battlefield Hardline today and yesterday. It's pretty dope. Not a fan of the multiplayer, but the single player, it's really cool. It's maybe I also think like Battlefield Hardline is my least favorite Battlefield. It's not really a battlefield. Butter my biscuits. Oh, that sounds so sexy. I also took away a lot of stuff from my overlays, by the way, Rybom. Because I noticed that like my cache memory on my internet browser, it took so much space, the Lightstream. If you start up Lightstream, your CPU like goes skyrocket. But with the help of Fractured, I kind of found a loophole for that. So now my CPU when using Lightstream is no longer 80%, but only 5 to 10%. So started for some achievements, didn't want to finish. Ah, I'm halfway through the campaign now. Um, so I'm gonna put these in the oven, which is at 220 degrees Celsius, roughly 440 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna bake them around 12 to 50 minutes. So first I'm gonna set it on 12 minutes. So you don't have to actually bake them long. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera again. So if you're suffering from motion sickness, please look away. Because we're gonna get back to the jam. Get it? Jam. Jamona. It was one of my mods I did to make jam. So I'm making peach jam with orange blossom today. I wanted to do the strawberries, but they were sold out. Koekadilladoo. What if we make a t-shirt in the future for the chicken farm merch and instead of cock-a-doodle-doo, we say kook-a-doodle-doo. What do you think about that? Like have a text on your shirt. I already got the shirt with I'm actually a great chef. And I also got another design which just says uh no, scratch that. Farm fresh. And I'm still trying to come up with more text, you know, instead of just having to use uh, images. There will also be images. And I'm talking about it now, but it will take a longest time before I release the merch store. First, I want the channel to grow, you know. But I already did some concept designs and posted it on social media, and the response from the people that was very positive. So I'm thinking about around 800 to 1,000 followers. I will release the merch, but I already have it all set up, you know. Oh, I missed the gift because I was paying attention to my jam. Do you know how to make jam, Rybom? Did you ever try it or heard about how to make it yourself? You like that enraged? Yeah, that my mother-in-law gave this to me. You can also put this in the oven. It's very important to use like a pan with a thick bottom and a thick skin, you know, because if you use the regular cooking pans, because basically what you're seeing right now is just fruit and sugar and some lemon juice. But if you use if the pan is too thin, the sugar will burn, you know. Good for soups, good for stews too. I also got like a lid, um, which I can't show because my drawer is stuck. God damn it! Hold on. See, it's a very, very beautiful pen. I don't need it now, so I'll take it off. Yes, I know gravy. Yes, sir. And to answer your question, if it was through Streamlabs, no. Stream Elements, Rybom. From all the stuff I used so far on my stream, all the services, all the programs, Stream Elements is by far my most favorite. And they don't make those coatings no more. No, unfortunately. Well, maybe if you go to like a special cooking shop, you know. It is free to you to do the merch. You can also like set up a PayPal donation page within 5 minutes. Same thing with the store. You just upload an image. Of course, it has to be in a high resolution. Otherwise, you know, it's get pixelated on the t-shirt on the print. But it's really easy and fast to set up. You can add like a couple of stuff, like a hoodie, a t-shirt. I think I saw like a mouse pad and a coffee mug. But it's really easy to set up, you know. You can choose your own prices and stream elements like of course they take a cut from the price, you know, but you can see how much you make profit out of each product, and if you change the price for the people who wants to buy it, you immediately see the change in the profit, so you get a clear view on what it costs. So it's really dope. It's worth checking out. It's free to use. Everything on Stream Elements is free to use. Apart from some of the widgets you can add to the overlay, there are some widgets that you have to get like a premium. Oh no, wait, no, that's incorrect. That's with Pixel Chat. No, on Stream Elements, everything is like free to use, and I think they just make the money out of the merch store for the most part. Like all the overlays you see now on my channel, I didn't add each component like the chicken on the right bottom or the bars with the text. I didn't add that in my Lightstream program. I basically made the whole overlay as a whole, and you just integrate that overlay into your Lightstream. So the overlays, I made those with Stream Elements, and I integrated that as a third party into Lightstream. So instead of having like so many elements in your overlay, you only have a couple of elements, namely the whole overlay as a URL in your Lightstream tab. It's pretty dope. And I'm actually only using one scene in Lightstream. And in that one scene, I've added all my overlays from Stream Elements. So instead of having to switch scenes, I'm just like hide them, my overlays. For example, right now I got my cooking overlay, as you can see. And without switching scenes, I can just pick another overlay, like for example, ending screen. And the reason why I did that, because I had problems, but it's also easier, it's easier to use. I had so many overlays, so many scenes, and each scene had its own overlay. And now I just have one scene with a couple of elements in it. So you basically put everything in one source instead of having multiple sources, and that really helps with the CPU, if you got like high CPU. Because if you use Lightstream in your web browser, your CPU goes skyrocket. I recommend using Google Chrome if you use Lightstream. So this is nearly done. So when I just started boiling the jam, it was until here, like halfway the pan. You can still see the line here. But the sugar slowly starts to reduce and gets thicker and thicker. Yeah, it's worth just, you don't have to use it, but you can just check it out, it's free. You can just get in free. You don't have to sign up well, yeah, of course, you have to do like how do you call it? Authorization key from Mixer. Yeah, you're basically cooking the fluids out. If you make like jam, you have to do that. You can't make that in one night. You have to start preparing yourself the night before. What you do, you take a bowl, you cut your fruits, you clean the fruits, you put that in the bowl, you add the sugar to it, and then you let it stay out of the fridge for like 1 day. So the next day you get like we call it suiker. So when you put the sugar in, it's just sugar and fruit. But the next day you will see the sugar has become like liquid. Let's take a quick look at the scones. Ooh, hot. Okay, so I baked them for 12 minutes. I'm gonna add 5 more because they're not done yet. And so the next day, like the reaction between the fruit and the sugar causes the sugar to get liquid. And that's when you put it in the pan and start boiling it with lemon juice. You need the lemon juice. That's also for how do you say it? Um, Preservation? No. It basically lets your jam to uh, be good for a longer time, Oh, my cat needs to go out. What's up, Clips? Yes, peaches. Preservation is the right word. Thank you, Clips. Thank you. How are you, buddy? And also, just a little bit of lemon juice. It's also tasty, And there's one more thing I added to this jam, and that's orange blossom water. And if you don't know what that is, that's basically an extract from a flower. And this particular one has like a really citrus kind of taste to it. They use it a lot. I used it a couple of times in my cooking streams, but they also they use it a lot in Moroccan and Turkish kitchen. I don't know if you guys know baklava, like the Turkish delight. They also made that with either rose blossom water or orange blossom. Look at that. Oh my god, this jam is gonna be amazing. So the scones are in the oven, Clips. Can you hear me? What's up, Mercy? See, you still haven't changed your profile image. Please let me know, guys, if you can hear me, because I'm not sure. Bunny up, appreciate that, host. Thank you so much, my dude. Audio is good. Okay, so if your internet and your services that you are using not causing problems, you still have a cat that runs around the house like she's some kind of possessed by a demon. I already warned her, and then she ran and she took out the cable. Okay, thank you, guys. What's up, Bunny Hop? So here are the scones already. Ooh. Burn Kitty, appreciate that, host. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna take them away for a bit. It's a shame, because we were nearly there, guys. Now I gotta do a video editing again, because I got 2 separate videos. So now I gotta do a video editing again, because of my cat. But don't worry, she already felt her punishment. I'm good, Bunny Hop. I'm good. As you can see, we made some scones over here. Ooh, they're nice. So, back to the jam real quick, because that's finished too. We got the peach jam over here. Now, don't wait while you do this, guys. Just get them in the jar right away. As you can see, I got a nice vacuum jar over here. We call them wekpotten. Dutch word of the day. Wekpot. Like, there are so many cables right now laying around, guys. And my cat really decided to take out the internet cable there. Like, man, why you do this? Chief, thank you for that, host. So put it in the jar right away. Making jam at Jamona's. I think I don't need 2 jars, actually. I only need 1. There you go. Close it right away. And now I hope this jar is good enough. Because with the jam, you gotta put it upside down. Put it upside down. Let me clean my table real fast. So we got one more step, guys. And leave it like that upside down for about 10 minutes or so. You'll be good. Okay, one more step, guys, and then we're there. I also want some lemonade again. I'm thirsty. Got some homemade lemonade over here. Hmm. Right, last step, clotted cream. Like, it's really easy to make. You just gotta know how to do it. Got a bowl. You need creme fraiche. Creme fraiche. No, it's creme fraiche, Timon. I know. Just referring to South Park over here. I got 200 grams of creme fraiche. And then you need some mascarpone. What's up, Sippy? It's the mod from heaven. Now I don't need the whole cup of mascarpone. Gonna add 60 grams, which is about 2.5 tablespoons. Thank you, Rybom, for that host. MVP Arc also coming in with the host. Who else do we got? I think I saw Kerm in there too. Thank you for those re-hosts, guys. My cat decided to kill my cable. She was running around and then she pulled out my internet cable. Thank you for all those shouties, Sippy. Damn, Sippy comes in and right off the bat he has to work really hard. So I got mascarpone and some some creme fraiche, and I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons. Well, let's just say 3 teaspoons because this spoon is a little bit bigger. Of honey. I'm honey, 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 honey. So honey, 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 honey. I actually need something else for this because this ain't working. Hold on, guys. I'm grabbing some different kinds of tools over here. The Green Rabbit, appreciate that host. Dan the Man. The Green Rabbit taking over the screen. Let's go. You know what? Since I still have another jar left, I'm just gonna put the clotted cream in there. There. Real easy and fast clotted cream. Please do it like this, guys, if you want to eat clotted cream. Don't buy the stuff that's already pre-made. You're just wasting your money. There. So I'm gonna quickly bake the others because it didn't fit the plate. I'm gonna take them out later when I already stopped streaming. It was too much to fit. It was too big, and that's what she said, you know, that it was too big. Right. Now I'm gonna have a well-deserved seat. So you guys can actually see me too. Alright guys, that's it. We got the scones. You can also add like raisins to the dough. That's also nice. We got clotted cream over here. And the homemade peach jam. Still gonna leave that upside down for a bit. And yeah, I didn't make the lemonade on stream, but I thought it would be funny to put that next to it. Ooh, jam is hot. I'm gonna actually eat one without anything. Mmm. Even without anything on it, it's delicious. Look, I look like a criminal with the black bars from of my mugshot photo. Mmm, delicious. I kind of wish they puffed out a little bit more. I think I just put too many on the plate. It doesn't matter, they're delicious. Mm. Alright guys, that's it for today with the cooking stream. I'll add the recipe to my Discord. I still have to do the lemon meringue pie recipe and the brownie too to my Discord. I'll make sure to do that soon, guys. But like during the day, when I have time myself to do that, to write the recipes, I can't like use the computer because my girlfriend works at home, so she needs the laptop more than I do. And during the evening, yeah, I don't really want to do that. I just want to play my games, you know. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I will upload this stream to my YouTube. Unfortunately, my cat decided to take out my cables, so now I got two separate parts. So I have to edit that and put them in one video. So it won't be like click, download, upload like I usually do. So it might take a little bit more time. So yeah, you guys can watch it back if you want to. I had fun. It was kind of a quiet cooking stream today, but that's all right. We had some people in the end there dropping by. I want to say thank you for that. It's always nice to talk to people while I do the cooking, you know. I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna feed my girlfriend with some scones. I'm sure she wants some. And I'll be back in, let's see, around 40 to 50 minutes. And I'll be doing a co-stream with Woken by Wolves. It's we call it the wolf runs amongst the chickens. That's how we call our co-streams. We've been doing that for the last 3 weeks. Every week we do one co-stream together. We're quite similar players in Battlefield 5, so it's kind of the same gameplay, only double the fun. Uh, you nearly had that, Sippy. Like wolves is with VES at the end, so not with the FS. Hold on, I'll help you out, brother. Ah, there you go. Let's go. That's the one. Yeah. So me and Garrett are going to do that. I know. I think he's already waiting. We kind of set this date, this co-stream date at 9:30 on my end, which is in 40 minutes. So I'm quickly gonna end this and clean everything, set all my stuff back, and you guys will see me in a bit. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next cooking stream, or maybe in a couple of minutes. All right, guys, let's end. Let's do the ending overlay to make it official, you know. All right, guys, take care. Much love. Until the next one. Peace out, brothers. Laters.